What's up? Welcome back for more Honkai Impact 3rd. Okay, I accidentally clicked the second part for Durandal, but don't worry, we can go back here later on. And yeah, I finished on Susana's story series. I didn't even collect it, and I got the 2-star here. Yeah, I am a disgrace. But anyways, let's go to part 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, then we'll go 4 days. What the? Yeah, 4 days. Hi. Sorry if I sound tired because I was so busy this morning that I was cleaning 2 rooms downstairs and on our house, and yeah, I'm just trying to cope up with it. I mean, I wanted to play, okay? Can't help it. The things I do for Honkai. And I'm happy for it. It's not that I'm giving up or just gonna let it slide. I'm still gonna play. Oh yeah, Meowtown was silent at night. One could hear a cat treading on a fallen leaf sharply. 2 figures walking in the shadows cast by street lamps broke the silence. Is this really okay? Aren't we too rush? But don't you think a huge secret must be hidden behind it? I think we should report it to the others. I know being honest is a tradition of Immortal Blades. If the symbol of Night Cat on the machine is a coincidence, if the townspeople love cats just because they're cute, if the legend of the Night Cat is just a legend, then reporting it will either result in us being seen as stupid or this matter being ignored altogether. Therefore, our only option is to install a webcam in the feeders. They won't believe us unless we have evidence. After confirming they were alone, they walked out of the shadow. Is this Alviter and Susana? Yep. By the way, did you notice anything odd about the feeders in the afternoon? That they're feeders? The only thing on my mind was rescuing Kitty. Had I not edited videos at night, I wouldn't have noticed the symbol on the feeders and robots. That's the symbol of Night Cat according to the legend. Luckily, a news article in the database was pictured, or I'd have shrugged it off as a decor. The symbol has really appeared in the town. That means Night Cat is more than a legend. But the Valkyrie guide says we mustn't act without authorization. Alviter, is it really okay for us to secretly install webcams? It can't be helped. Don't you want to know how Night Cat drove all the cats to this town and made the townspeople fall in love with them overnight? And we're just filming the streets of Meowtown. It's like documenting our trip. You have a point. Susan-sama also said we need to be flexible. Then let's install the webcam while it's still dark. Shh! Wait! Susana! What is it? Susana had just disassembled the feeder when Alviter interrupted her and pointed to a shadow quivering in the distance. Look! What's that? It's a feeder. Is it moving? Am I seeing correctly? The feeder is shaking non-stop. Oh, quick, let's go check it out. Wow, these are nice looking feeders. And those are big fishes. So like teriyaki. Yeah? Yeah, so like teriyaki. When the two approached the feeder, a small figure hurriedly crawled out from underneath it. Phew! So it was you, Kitty. We thought the feeder had come alive. Susana? Alviter? What are you two doing here? We are taking a walk. We should be asking you that question. Why did you sneak out of the hotel at this time? Shh! I'm saving Stan. The small figure looked around to make sure no one else was present before mysteriously whispering, "Tell you a secret. The feeders here are all monsters that eat cats. Stan was eaten." Wait, what? Stan was eaten by a feeder? What happened? I wanted to say nighty night to Stan before going to bed, but saw it go out through the window. I was worried it peeked out at the feeder, so I went after it. Sure enough, I saw Stan climb onto a feeder, then its lid suddenly opened and swallowed it whole. It was more like Stan burrowed into the feeder for cat food. Well, kinda. I didn't expect the temperate Durandal Sama to keep gluttonous cats. It got eaten by the feeder for a mouthful of cat food. Anyway, I'm trying to get it out. Nonsense. A familiar meow. It's Stan crying in the feeder. It doesn't be crying for my help. Don't worry, Stan. I'll save you in no time. Before the other two could stop her, Carol had climbed onto the feeder and pried its lid. Carol? What? The next thing they saw was a bushy tail swaying in the moonlight. Stan, hold on. It won't take much longer. Don't yuck my tail. As pellets of cat food flew out of the feeder, the white-haired girl with a bristled cat in her arms fell from the top of it. Caught you! That was dangerous, Kitty. I saved Stan. Uh-oh. What's that sound? That's... The feeders turned into the robot we saw in the day. What? Uh-oh. The feeders turns into monsters! Ow, I got hit. What do we do? Oh, more cats. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. How tough are these guys? Cut off? Ah! No! Why am I running? Why would I run? I could defeat these guys. Din 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 din. Aww. That's Stan. Ah, this is so cute. The moon shone bright. Cool air brushed past the girls leaning back in the park bench, taking away their apprehension. That scared the living daylights out of me. All thanks to you, Alvidir. Nah, you came up with the idea. And you were pretty brave. Just because you were with me. I'm still in shock from the battle we had. Valkyries can be scared of fighting too. Then, do you hate exams and skill school walls? Huh? I haven't scaled school walls, but my palm often sweats in battle. Why am I putting words that are not there? Hey, Kitty, Am I a disgrace compared to the Valkyries you imagine? But don't think all Valkyries are like me. If Sushang-sama was there, she'd have summoned her sword with a hand wave, crunched them in one move, sought, sauntered to you, and said, "That's it?" That didn't even count as a warm-up. If Rita was there, she'd have detected signs of the danger and prevented it from occurring. If Durandal-sama was there, I don't know how to put it, but I feel that even the falling sky can break her. I don't think they can survive one blow from her. That sounds awesome! Yup. When will I become a Valkyrie like Susanna and Alvitir? Yeah! Eh? Hahaha. It's the first time someone wants to be our kind of Valkyries. Why is that? You two were super cool when you fought the robots and negotiated with the unreasonable residents. You're so thoughtful, but you don't need to comfort me like that. I know I have a long way to go before I can be called a competent Valkyrie. I'm not. Mom said speaking the truth is a virtue. We should be honest about our feelings and speak our mind. So everything I say is from the bottom of my heart. I really think you and Alvitir are as good as the Valkyries you mentioned. About that, there's no way we can be likened to them. But Susanna, you fought bravely when the robots showed up, which is a huge improvement over your old self. Maybe it's because training against robots desensitized me. Even though I was scared, I wasn't petrified like I used to be. Alright, you two, stop poking fun at me. I'm fully aware that I can do some things without making mistakes, and no amount of practice could change that. You're wrong, Susanna. Not only immature people make mistakes, we all make mistakes. They just came in different flavors. Like my mom, she likes telling me that I'm too careless, but the last time she cooked, she forgot to start the rice cooker. If it wasn't for my discovery, our family would have starved. Wow. If you ask me, doing anything risks making mistakes. But the biggest mistake is doing nothing. Oh, that's a good quote. Where did you learn so many life lessons? You're acting like a grown-up. I learned them through playing tug of war with my mom, except for a phrase I borrowed from Sushang-sama. And didn't Susanna say one must fail to solve a problem many times to learn how to solve it? So making mistakes isn't shameful as long as you learn your lesson. I mean, that's right in theory, and I often tell myself similar life lessons to feel better. Don't be too scared to try. It's another mistake at worst. Everybody makes mistakes, so it's okay for me to make mistakes. Maybe I'm far more capable than this. What I lack is the courage to show it. They alleviated my fear of making mistakes. Sure, but they also made me subconsciously avoid the ensuing responsibility. Huh? Fear and responsibility? I don't get it. Isn't the biggest trouble of making mistakes being scolded by your mom? If you aren't afraid of being scolded, you can make as many mistakes as you want. How should I put it? Optimism bias? I screw up again, but luckily others were around to control the situation. Nobody did well this time, so it's normal that I did badly. I would have done my best had I not slipped up. I'll be more careful next time. Once I convince myself it's normal to make mistakes, those life lessons morph into the excuse for failure and the reason to escape. You accepted the fact that you can make mistakes, so you stop pushing yourself. And Kitty, the reason you were only scolded for making mistakes is that your mother assumed responsibility for your mistakes. I get it a little now. But Susanna, you know what your problem is? Why haven't you set about tackling it? Because Although my mind understands it all, my body can stop shaking. I know that it's like drinking bitter medicine. I know it'll cure me if I pinch my nose and swallow it, but just can't. That's a great example. In that sense, maybe burning her bridges is all she needs to overcome her inner hurdle. But when that time comes, will I be able to set things right? What if I screw up again? Can I really bear the consequences? Have my so-called efforts really helped me grow? Did we just go back to square one? I don't know what to make of it anymore. Susuna, maybe you should stop thinking so hard. I don't know what counts as growth. I only know that if there's something you want to do it now and do it loud. Haha, Kitty, you have the guts to do whatever you want, unlike me. I know I mustn't go back, but I can't take a step forward either. I'm not that good. You're much better than me. Remember what happened in that day? In the day? I was helpless before you two came. That was nothing. That's no nothing. That you were willing to step up for me and solve the problem for me means a lot to me. And compared to the Valkyries I met before coming here, you two are sweeter and prettier. You met other Valkyries? I mean, the Valkyries I saw on posters all look very stern. Now I know Valkyries are all as kind as Susana and Alvitir. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I mean to learn from your qualities of trusting others and taking groundwork seriously. You two are my idols from today onward. Idol? That's above me. But thank you, Kitty. This is the first time someone calls me cool. Because you are. Just in an aspect different from others. I think a little courage is all you need. And it's the first time someone calls me thoughtful. Yeah, Susana, you should stop overthinking. You've made such progress and not everyone has the honor of being called Shiksa's strongest errand girl. Thank you too, Alvidir. Errand girl. Don't worry. You just began a new life. You have plenty of time and chances to try new things and make new mistakes. Hey! Just kidding. And they're sleeping. No, only Kitty is sleeping. But Stan is already asleep before this part. Still was the night. The younger girl cuddled up to the grass and fell asleep, while the kitten in her arms rubbed its round tummy drowsily, only its tail restlessly teasing the evening breeze. The issue with Nightcat just got more tangled. Cat feeders transforming into aggressive robots. Does this mean the curse of Nightcat actually exists? Curses aren't real, but the legend of Nightcat can't just be a legend. What's the real purpose of Nightcat? Using the townspeople's affection for cats to distribute numerous feeders capable of transforming into robots. We should investigate some more, but the problem is, hastily conducting a mass inspection of feeders may spark discontent given how much the townspeople love cats. You're right. I'll report this when I go to work tomorrow morning. I'll go with you. No need. Sushang-sama will return to the HQ for paperwork tomorrow morning. Didn't you promise to walk her to the station? It's late. We should head back and get some rest. I just don't know how many people will believe that cat feeders can turn into aggressive robots. If this really is really the case, I fear it'll harm the innocent. Regardless of whether people believe us, we should report it. I agree. Don't worry. I'll research the feeders tomorrow. Thank you, Alvitir. It's nothing. Be patient, alright? You can trust investigations. Like you can't become a competent Valkyrie overnight. I know. Haha, don't act all serious. If we work hard, we'll become better Valkyries. Yeah, Of course, we'll become Valkyries who are 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times better. Under the moon, the girl looked up and made a wish. When the time for me to give my all comes, I will be brave enough to take a step forward. Right? Susanna smiled as she carried Kitty, and Alviter put the sleeping Stan on her shoulder. They then headed toward the hostel. Wow, this cat has gained some serious weight. Stan, be careful. There came a knocking. Coming. Hot. Very hot. Thumbnail. Susanna, I'm here. Susang-sama, are we going to the station now? I'm sorry, I overslept and just finished showering. No big deal. Susanna, were you okay last night? Last night? Eh? You know it already? Yeah, I saw light in your room until late into the night. You must have been cutting videos. Ah, I forgot to turn off display before going out. I asked Alviter about it after dinner. The iron box called a computer is something else. It can cut videos in half without an edge of fulcrum. But, Susanna, aren't you scared? Why should I be scared? Editing videos isn't scary at all. Yeah. I mean rats. She lowered her voice to avoid scaring the girl fresh out of the bath. But... Rats? Huh? Where? No. There are no rats now. I heard there's a part called the mouse in the iron box. Oh. I asked because I remember you hate rats the most. By the looks of it, I misunderstood again. So that's what you're talking about. Actually, the mouse is a tool, not a rodent. And editing videos isn't physically cutting something in half. It's just a way to process data on a computer. I knew it. How could there be rats here when the town is overrun by cats? I'm glad I asked you first, or I'd have made a fool of myself again. Haha, you haven't changed. Sigh. These modern technologies elude me. That iron carriage still does. I can only trouble you to walk me there. It's nothing. I happen to be free. I'll change now. I'm done. Susang-sama, let's go. Thanks. At the station in the early morning, Lee, Sushang, and Susanna stood side by side on the platform. After Arc City, they were no longer strangers to parting and reuniting. The morning sun was rising, and the daylight softened their expressions. I'm heading back to the HQ for paperwork, and we'll probably stay there for a while. See you later, Susanna. I look forward to seeing you at the HQ, Sushang-sama. After I reach the next scenery, I'll send you photos as before. I don't have your photography skills, but I've gotten a little better. Your photos are getting better and better. Photos, I'm flattered. You're not only a great photographer, but also a great gamer. Looks like photography isn't the only thing I need to learn from you. I should be thanking you for introducing me to games, or I'd still think I'm bad at it. Hahaha, sure thing. You just need to try. Don't be intimidated and instinctively question your abilities. You can do much better than you think. I'll remember that. Thank you. No problem. Well then, I'll be going. Okay, bye-bye, Sushang-sama. Have a nice trip. The girl who didn't have the courage to face separations waved at the receding figure of her friend smilingly. Sushang-sama, I'll impress you on my training day. The park was exceptionally quiet today. Several brand new cat feeders stood by the street, at exactly where the girl remembered. Isn't this the place where I met the crazy robots? Why are they still there in the form of feeders? Alviter and I wrecked a number of robots. Why does it look like nothing has happened? Why? Is that the patrolman? The young man was wholly focused on refilling the cat feeders when Susanna quietly walked up to him from behind. Mr. Patrolman! Oh, you're the girl I met yesterday. How can I help you? Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to ask. Did you replace the feeders here? He glanced back at the feeder behind them and showed a puzzled expression. The feeders have been replaced? Are you sure? I refill them every day, and they're the same old ones. Then are you in charge of all the feeders in the town? Sounds tough. It is, but it's worth it for this little fella's sake. So who put them? I don't need to be a patrol woman, do you? Don't. I suggest you drop the idea. It's a very competitive jobs. Before Susanna stammered out a question, the man had a realization and cut her short to plaster. Competitive? Not the time. I still have other feeders to refill. Can't have the little fellas go hungry, can we? Goodbye. Before Susanna could respond, he had shouldered the sack of cat food and strode away while humming a tune. He looked panicky. And isn't it unrealistic to let one person maintain all the feeders? Could it be? I was right. The new feeders have the symbol of Nightcat. Boom. She heard a familiar sound. The feeders in front of her began to tremble, their cases breaking apart and shifting into another shape unhurriedly. No, they are transferring into robots again. What should I do? Susanna, watch out! It's Rita-sama! Yay! Have these robots lost control? I'll dispose of them. Yes, I'll help. Yoink. Okay. This one first. Yonde! Boom! What a finisher. Why did the new feeder stronger than yesterday's? Susanna, what happened? Why did the feeders transform into robots? Well, this dates back to yesterday. Susanna briefed Rita on the events of last night. In other words, you, Kitty, and Alviter already saw feeder robots yesterday? Yes, I'm sorry for not telling you earlier. It was late, so naturally you'd want to wait until morning. But have you seen Kitty and Stan today? I haven't. Did something happen? After preparing breakfast, I went to wake Kitty up, but her room was empty, and so was Stan's bed. I only found an unfinished note. Rita unfolded the note and showed it to them. Susanna, Alviter, I discovered the secret of Nightcat. Last night in the feeder, I saw, likely interrupted by something. Her scrolls broke off there. Kitty and Stan are missing? I swear Alviter and I brought them back to their rooms yesterday. I believe you. I looked all over the hostel but didn't find them. She's a natural at counter surveillance. Even I didn't notice her leaving. Could it be related to Nightcat? Susanna, are you referring to the legend of Meow Town? Yes, didn't Kitty's note mention Nightcat? And we heard the locals talk about Nightcat's punishment. These feeders all have the symbol of Nightcat. Could Nightcat have abducted Kitty because she broke too many feeders? No way. An urban legend can't be real. Please don't buy that, Rita-sama. My, I think that's a possibility. After all, the history of Meow Town is quite surreal. Yeah, I never thought a town could accommodate so many cats. But are these feeders all set up by Nightcat? The situation has gotten more complicated. Are these more clues? That's all I know. I should have asked the patrolman for clarification. No, without S. I must know something. Patrolman? Who is he? Ah, I've never seen him? He maintains every feeder in this town. I don't think anyone knows the feeders better than him. I haven't met him, but he single-handedly maintains so many feeders? That sounds too unusual. If we can't find him, he might provide clues about Nightcat. He left here in a hurry, but we can ask the locals. They might know where he went. Then I'll report the situation to the HQ and survey the square. Okay. Damn, acting like a A-rank Valkyrie already, Susana. Let's go! Susana and Rita turned at a corner, only to see the once peaceful town square in total chaos. Countless robots were walking the street and corralling the residents. A familiar figure came running from not far away. Susana and Rita-sama, sorry I'm late. Alviter, do you know what happened here? I was looking for information on the feeders in my duty room before the situation here called me out. I didn't expect it to be so serious. Why are you here? Kitty and Stan are missing. We're looking for them. Didn't we carry them straight to their rooms? What's going on? They did sleep in their rooms, but are gone this morning. Kitty only left a note. She might have sneaked out again. But Meowtown has become a dangerous place. Where could they have gone to? I assume by danger you mean the robots that suddenly appeared. Yes, Rita-sama. These robots are the feeders in disguise. We discovered this yesterday evening. Ah, yes. Susana told me about it. Ah, those robots spotted us. They're coming at us. Susana, Alviter, hold them first. Roger. Understood. Don't be afraid, Susana. You fought them several times. You can drag them down this time. Ooh. Remember what we did last night? I brought micro jump on. I'm so focused. Come on, gather up here. I'm gonna save up my SP first. Okay, never mind. I should have saved it. I shouldn't. Oh, wait. Yay, good thing I saved it. Yoink. Ow! No! Die! Susana, that was great. Become a better fighter. Hehe, all thanks to your help. I'm not so scared when Rita-sama and you're with me. You two were synchronized in battle. I take it you've trained for it? We didn't train for it per se. Ah, it's just sometimes the enemies in the training room were too strong. None of us could win alone, so we team up. I see. That's actually a brilliant training method. As long as we can improve, we'll try any method. Yeah, anyway, let's go check on the locals. Let's go. The three approached the people previously sworn by robots. No restraints were imposed on them, yet they still sat helplessly and on the ground in great sadness. Is everyone alright? You're safe now. Go find shelter. It's all over. All over. That blasted kid's fault. Nightcat has been angered, and disaster will soon befall us. Where can we go? Blasted kid. Sounds like one we're looking for. Are you talking about a white-haired little girl? What happened? It's her alright. That kid pried the lid of a feeder outside the arcade this morning and pulled out a cat that was eating inside. Yeah, she did. Then she chased that cat a long way, breaking more feeders in the process. Many cats were frightened by her. We wanted to come out to comfort them, only to see them running away and the feeders transforming into robots. I'm sorry for the trouble. We'll take care of this. Could you tell me if the cat is a Siamese? Yes, it looked well taken care of, chubby but not at all clumsy. It ran down several blocks without stopping. It must be stunned. Do you remember where it went? After breaking several more feeders, that kid ran away with the cat. She's small, but her legs are quick and her mind is sharp. We lost track of her. I think I saw them running into the old town. Meowtown has an old town? Where is it? I saw it in the archives. Meowtown was originally a rundown town. This district has actually been renovated. On the edge of the town is a historical district under development. They should be talking about that place. That's right. Meowtown prospered thanks to cats, but someone hurt them, and Nightcat has delivered punishment. The mention of it made the residents stand up and surround them. What are you doing? Please keep it civil. Yeah, being anxious doesn't help. We'll let you know as soon as we find Kitty. Please calm down. If something really happened, we'll look into it. Because of the trouble that kid made in the presence of so many robots, most of the cats in town have gone into hiding and may even leave us. If cats all leave Meowtown, how will we live? I'm used to feeding cats in the park every morning. If I can see them every day, As he spoke, the angry resident began to whimper. A tear even rolled down his cheek. Everyone, don't worry. No matter we're investigating is related to these accidents. And we found some clues about the origin of these robots. These robots are feeders, all have the symbol of Nightcat inside. Do you know what this is about? Well, I really don't. People say they're presents from Nightcat and have been there since Meowtown started in the rebuild. Yeah, they're maintained by the patrolman, so we haven't paid them much attention. I remember the feeders were donated to the town by the patrolman. It's the patrolman again. You know him very well. Who is he exactly? He's a loving man. I heard he was successful outside but came back for the cats. Outtown has had the tradition of living with cats, but it was him that made it the Meowtown it is today. Yeah, he rallied us to build the town into a home for cats. He funded the rebuilding of the rundown town and donated the feeders. Afterward, Nightcat led its cats into the town. So the patrolman also installed the feeders. Then did the legend of Nightcat appear and the patrolman came to the town at around the same time? To be precise, the rumors of Nightcat appeared after Meowtown boom. Girls, Are you implying there's a connection between Nightcat and the patrolman? Yeah, if the legend of Nightcat appeared after the patrolman had come, he might be Nightcat. About that, we aren't sure, but in any case, the patrolman will not harm Meowtown. But since he was in charge of rebuilding Meowtown, maybe he knows why the feeders transformed? If only we could find him. When I saw in the park today, he appeared to be in a hurry and left at once. I don't know where he went. If he's not maintaining the feeders, he must be in the old town. There are still stray cats there, so he often goes there to look after them. Alviter, Ito-sama, we should go there. Yeah, didn't they also say Kitty and Stan might have gone there? Please wait a second. You want us to save Meowtown, right? You can count on us. No. We have no doubt about your ability, but there are many more feeders. And if they transform into robots after you leave, you'll be very vulnerable. Don't worry. I've reported the situation to Shiksal HQ, and enforcement is on the way. Shiksal? You work for Shiksal? We're safe! Thank you! I should have known better. Rita-sama had came up with a solution before questions were raised. Now, we'll head for the old town as Susana and Alviter suggested. I've contacted Randall-sama. We'll rendezvous there. Roger. Alviter is really at all times. I'm ready to. Let's go. Sorry. I don't know. Blanked in the so thick that sunlight could barely penetrate. The dilapidated old town reek of bleakness. It was a stark contrast to the pleasant central town. This is the old town. Did Kitty and Stan come here? Alviter, if we go in like this, do you think we'll get ambushed? Should we wait for the Randall-sama? Don't worry. Isn't Rita-sama with us? You're right. She's amazing. Always thinking ahead. I know, right? She's a perfect bee. So there's nothing to worry about. So happy to be fighting alongside an S-rank Valkyrie. I won't let her down this time. What are you discussing? Nothing. Susana says if enemies appear, she won't drag you down this time. Now, why would she? Whether it's field training or theoretically study, she's been constantly improving herself. This helped me greatly in the previous battle. That thought has never occurred to me. Thank you for encouraging me, Rita-sama, but that's not what I meant. I believe you already have a light of your own. You've grown much during that time we didn't see. But, Rita-sama, have I really grown when I still make stupid mistakes? Isn't it obvious? When we fought just now, you've displayed the fruit of your labor. Yeah, you've gotten a lot stronger. Rita-sama, look! The Randall-sama has come. Sorry, am I a little too late? The Randall-sama, we just got here as well. After receiving Rita's message, I hurried over here. The rampant robots along the way stalled me for a while though. Looks like the feeders are still transforming into robots. The Randall-sama, we need to figure out what's wrong as soon as possible. Yes, Rita has briefed me on it. On my way here, I saw a sneaky man which may be the patrolman you mentioned. But I lost him at a corner, so I decided to rendezvous with you first. He couldn't have gotten far. Why don't we look around? ... Who's there? Hearing footsteps in the distance, they immediately looked to the source of the sound and saw the figure of a man flash by. It's him! Yes, it's the patrolman. After him! Got it! The patrolman! Wait, am I only fighting alone? Yoink! God? Yoy. Sure. We lost him. Robots appeared out of nowhere. Was a trap activated? That should be the patrolman, alright. He knows this place like the back of his hand, so he shook us off easily. But these robots are of the same model as the ones in Central Town. Proving our direction right, the patrolman is hiding something. Yes, maybe he upset the town. I saw him run this way, but he's gone now. When they made it to where the figure was last seen, awaiting them was an empty dead end and 4 randomly placed feeders. This is a dead end. Where did he go? He can't have vanished, can he? Could there be a secret door here, and these feeders are the mechanism to open it? Wait, Susana, I think something's there. A nimble figure leaped out of the trash can in the corner. It quickly walked to the feeder and pressed a button on it. A kitten? This area is pretty chaotic. Should we take it with us? Shh! Susana held her index finger against her lips, gesturing Durandal and Alviter to quiet, and continued in a low voice. Shh! Wait! Observe first. Oh, Dev. No food is coming. Oh, we're playing as a kitten. Let's go. Are they there? Ah, look at the cat. It's like Kanchan but in a different color. Meow. So there's a hidden door. I remember the operating sequence. I'll give it a try. Wait, I just guessed that randomly. One. Right. I just guessed that randomly, I swear. Let's do it. Susana mimicked the kitten and activate the 4 feeders in order. Immediately 4? There's only 3. Immediately after, a crack formed in the wall at the end of the alley, which widened until a secret blind passage was revealed. Found it! Durandal-sama, there really is another passage. I suspect the patrolman got away through it. Incredible! A passage is hidden right there. No wonder he vanished. So the sequence in which the kitten activated the feeder is the password to opening this secret passage? How intriguing! This is moon logic. Susana, how did you figure it out? I just guessed it. This place is surrounded by walls, and I don't think the patrolman could walk through them. So there's probably another passage. Coincidentally, that kitten appeared and pressed a button on a feeder. I originally thought it did it because it was hungry, but afterward, that feeder didn't serve anything. In fact, those feeders don't contain any cat food at all. Isn't this suspicious? True, and that kitten did it skillfully, as if it had operated the feeders many times. Yeah, so I concluded this kitten was up to something else, and asked you to wait. Who knew we'd actually make a discovery? That sounds a bit so bizarre. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I had thought you were recapping the story of a new sci-fi move. Hehe, I didn't expect my guess to be spot on either. It's not any guess. To be able to make such a bold guess in such a short time requires not only excellent imagination but also experience in deduction. Susana has always been imaginative. She can even describe an event completely different through the power of fantasizing. Arbiter, don't make fun of me. You got me wrong. I mean, the videos you take are very creative, such as having unpredictable twists. That's because the actual shooting never goes according to the script I write. Anyway, we should start looking for clues about Nightcat. Stan and Kitty are waiting for us, but I don't know where they're in there. At any rate, the most suspicious and favorable path is before us. They looked into the gloomy secret passage, and their gaze was swallowed by infinite darkness. A crumbled orange ribbon was caught between its crack. Hey, this is Kitty's necktie. Kitty must have gone in. Quick, let's go find them and find out what's behind the patrolman and Nightcat. Okay, how to get along with kittens. How to get along with kittens. Kittens usually hide from me, so I'm curious about how you get along with them. Just cuddle them and pet them like crazy. But how to make them come into your arms? Easy, just open your arms to send the signal. That doesn't sound easy at all. Huh? That's how I do it every time. Have you tried luring them with food? Noble cats cannot be bought that easily. To gain their trust, you must dedicate your everything to them. And what should I do? Can you please teach me? Treat them as distinguished guests, of course. Provide them with the freshest food and the comfiest beds, and you'll have a chance to win their favor. It's done. So it's because I haven't put enough effort into it. I'll keep on trying. But cats are surprisingly high maintenance. Keep that in mind when approaching them. They like shedding, playing in the grass, and bringing home rubbish such as old socks and hairballs. I find an abundance of rubbish whenever I clean the sofa. They're naughty and disobedient, stamping bed sheets with their dirty little paws. This is Rita. To clean for cats is your honor. Meow, majesty of the world. It's done. I try to talk some sense into them, but to no avail. Alas, if only cats were as sensible as dogs. Don't believe her. Cats are much more sensible than dogs. You need great patience to get along with cats. They cannot understand the most basic of commands, after all. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Cats can understand commands just fine. They just don't care to listen. Cats are the most immaculate beings in the world. Meow. They're straying off topic. Okay. We have, I think, three to tackle. And these are the 2 here, 1, 2, then 1 here. So that's 3. Not too shabby. Seems like you've got nothing to worry about for your exam. Even it's just with training. I've made a ton of progress thanks to your teaching, Susang-sama. Thank you. Just with training? Well, usually I can do pretty well during training or simulated practice, but when it comes time for an exam or real life situation, I always mess things up. I recall you mentioning that before, so that's how it is. Okay, I got it. Well, we'll just need to take training up a notch. Huh? Yep, no pain, no gain. If we set our goals high enough, the exam should be a piece of cake. Right, Susana? Right. So I'll be joining you in the training then. Huh? What do you mean by joining me? I'll be your opponent. I'll be your opponent. So you're missing here. Okay. Seeing you train so hard makes me want to train too. Can be like your sparring partner. Oh, alright, Susang-sama. So that's the part here. So what's here? Whoa, your martial arts skills are amazing. Well, your swordplay is phenomenal. It's a good thing you're going easy on me. There were a couple of times I wasn't sure I'd be able to judge. No, this training is made just for you. I'm not going easy on you at all, and you're doing great. It seems like your skills have improved a ton. You don't have anything to worry about for that exam. Thank you for teaching me. Your training method is amazing. Hehe, I appreciate you saying so. There's still some time left. Want to go continue playing ergonomics? Last time at the arcade, I wouldn't have been able to complete those levels without you. Absolutely, but I'd like to practice what you've taught me a little more. It's pretty useful and I want to get it down while it's still in my memory. Sure, I'll stay with you. I'm happy to help, Susanna. Sushang looked into her eyes and smiled along with Susanna. She knew Susanna would become an independent Valkyrie, just as she had always believed. Ah, I just need to collect these ones and let's go here. Oh wait, if I can, let's go here first. This one. Never mind. Which one? This one? Oh. Test that. Ayun, there we go. Good morning, Susanna. Came early. Good morning, Duranda-sama. The thought of being privately trained by an S-rank Valkyrie excited me so much that I misread the time. But you've also arrived much earlier than scheduled. Me? The overseer appointed us to train B-rank Valkyrie for the exam, and I prepared some materials, but she suggested me to revise them. Durandal frowned a little. She couldn't help but recall Teresa's confounded response after reading her training plan. It's only a pre-exam training, not a fight to the death against S-rank Valkyries. I'm unsure, so I came early to analyze your training recordings further. Durandal-sama is as serious as ever. But since you arrive early, testing your skills must be more accurate than watching recordings. Shall we start from the basics? Already? Yes, of course. I'm ready, Durandal-sama. Okay. So this is like Muse Dash, the part of Muse Dash where I'll play. That ends the videos today, guys. Oh, under an hour. Well, with that said, thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like and like the video. It will help me a lot in many ways. With that said, thank you for watching. I'll see you to the next video of Honkai Impact 3rd. Johnny! I don't have any boys anymore.